Long before the battle with Goliath, in the quiet hills of Bethlehem, there lived a young shepherd boy named David. He was the youngest son of a man named Jesse. While his older brothers trained as soldiers in the army of King Saul, David spent his days in the fields taking care of sheep. From sunrise to sunset, David guided the flock through green hills and beside flowing streams. The fields were peaceful, but they were also his training ground. In those quiet moments, David grew strong, not just in skill, but in faith. He would sit among the sheep, playing his harp, singing songs to God as the wind moved gently across the hills. But life as a shepherd was not always calm. Sometimes danger came without warning. A lion would attack, a bear would strike. And when that happened, David didn't run away. He ran toward the danger. With nothing but a sling and a few stones, he fought to protect the sheep. And every time God helped him, though he seemed like just an ordinary boy, something powerful was growing inside him. Courage, faith, and trust in God. At that time, God had chosen to raise a new king for Israel. So he sent the prophet Samuel to the house of Jesse. When Samuel saw Jesse's older sons, he was sure one of them must be the chosen king. They were tall, strong, and impressive. But God spoke to Samuel and said, "People look at the outside, but I look at the heart." One by one, the sons stood before him, and one by one God rejected them. Finally, Samuel asked, "Is there another son?" Jesse replied, "There is one more, the youngest, but he is out in the fields, taking care of the sheep." So they called for David. And when David arrived, something changed. God spoke, "This is the one." In that moment, Samuel took oil and poured it over David's head. David had been chosen to become the future king of Israel. But then something unexpected happened. David didn't become king that day. He didn't move into a palace. He went back to the fields, back to the sheep, because God was still preparing him. Not long after, David was invited into the palace. His music brought peace to King Saul whenever the king felt troubled. But while David served in the palace, a war was rising. The Philistine army gathered on one side of a valley. Israel's army stood on the other. And from the enemy side, a giant stepped forward, Goliath. Huge, fearsome, unstoppable. Day after day he shouted challenges, and no one dared to face him, not even the soldiers, not even the king. Back home, David was still a shepherd, until one day his father sent him to deliver food to his brothers on the battlefield. When David arrived, he heard the giant's voice echo across the valley. He saw the fear in the army. But David remembered something. He remembered the lion. He remembered the bear. He remembered how God had helped him before. And in that moment, David believed something powerful. If God helped me then, he will help me now. And that faith would lead him to step forward, to face the giant, and to change history forever.